Welcome back, fellow mobile gaming fanatics. MyTyme here, bringing you another episode of Top Tries. And before we kick off today, let's look at the Easter egg hunt that has been released. I'm sure many of you have seen it in your notifications. They're telling you to have a happy hunt and find them while you can, because soon they'll be gone. If we scroll across, it looks like the first Easter egg is 100 gold off the Chevrolet carbon fibre pack. Yay! No, only joking, I don't think that is actually the Easter egg. There's no more details at the moment on that. However, last year they were special packs that you had to look out for. Some of them did even come up on the homepage like this here. You just had to log into the game, collect them. If you didn't do it in a certain time frame, then they would just expire and that was it. So keep an eye out for those at the moment until we get any further information, because it might be different this year. It might be different. Before that said, I will show you the new TI event, which is the L word. But before we do, I'll quickly go into the Bull and Griffin, show you here that it's a struggle. I'm not really playing my games. I am playing for the next 14 hours or so just to see if I can remain in the top 30. That's it. It's too fierce up near the top. I can't compete, and I don't want to get knocked down too far at the very end. I want to be in a place where I can at least win matches to try and keep myself in the top 30. So with the L word returns, let's go in and let's look at the changes first. The first noticeable change is the RQ. It has dropped back down to 75. So that's going to bring a lot of you newer players, intermediate players back into the mix, because your garages may have some of the cars here. You're not going to struggle to put in a lot of those legendary cars and epic cars in your hand here. Now the actual payouts in terms of the gold, the cash, the prizes, all the same. Aiming for top 30, but we have 3 Lancers and 2 Lotuses. Now initially I was thinking we were going to require, you can probably guess it, I was thinking we were going to require some of these off-roaders. However, no, there is no off-road track in here. Instead, I won't be able to show you at this exact moment in time, but instead the track requirements are, in fact, I hate to say it, dry asphalt everywhere and speed. Now down here you can see the team that I have decided to go with. Now I was running a different team, and in fact, for the sake of it, I am going to show you the initial team that I was running for this event. So I decided to try out these 3 Lancers because I thought I'm going to have a better chance with the Lotuses, and I was thinking this team looked pretty good. I got some good track cars, I got a potential rain car, and I got a bit of a standard drive just in case standard rules, just in case there is some rain. Go in, find out there is no rain. Okay, now this track set requires some handling, some speed, but there is a track set with 3 ineffective drags in it. It's got a mile, it's got a test bar, I think it's got a half mile as well, all designed to test the car's top speed and mid-range, which a lot of the cars I've picked don't do too well on. So I was thinking maybe if I was coming up with teams like this, I'd have a chance, because I could say yes, I'm going to win the indoor karting. Yes, I'm going to win the yes, I'm going to win the fast circuit. Yes, I'm going to win the twisty circuit. Yes, I'm going to win the fast circuit, for example. Yes, I know I should change these 2 Lotuses around, but it's irrelevant. This is just for demonstration purposes, and thinking I could get a victory here. Don't mind losing this, that's fine. I'll take that defeat because I will come through and win everything else. So that was the plan. And as you can see here are the defeats, as I then came up against the other track sets, which involved drag cars, speed cars, I was in trouble. Let's see if we get another one here. Let's see if we get one of those. Not the one I was thinking of, but it's the same idea. Here you can see test bowl, drag. So hypothetically, let's just come up against this team. Now suddenly my deck looks pretty feeble. I have no real pace at the top end, no real top speed, which puts me in a lot of trouble in a test bowl situation. So if, for example, here I may feel, well, I might win this test bowl, I have a drag here that I can beat. I can beat this, I can beat this, I'm gonna win here. So I'm probably fortunate in this example that this person hasn't got a lot of speed up top either. But you see where I'm coming from. This kind of deck that they're running, that I'm running, isn't ideal once you come up to people with the L24 Lancia or with the Carlton. So we'll just run through here. I am going to win this match, but then as soon as I win and I move up in the rankings, somebody in this kind of region up here in the top 30 is going to come up against me and smash me, because these other track sets are going to come out. Let's go very quickly actually, and I can probably show you the track, because Mousetrap is probably kind enough to put it up. Here we go. Thank you very much, Mousetrap, for that. If we look at them very quickly, you will see this one, 2 bits of rain, 100, fast, twisty. Then we've also got this one, which is the one you've seen with me in the first race. This one, which is the one I was referring to, with your drags, test bowls, fast circuit, G-force. And then finally the last one we did, we've got 2 test bowls, waterfront and 2 city streets. So I concluded to myself, and I've done this off camera to try and make it a little less painful for you guys, that if I were to build a team now, I think with the 75 RQ in mind, let me just go in and limit myself to just Lotuses and Lancia. I think I was working on this Lotus Europa, and the whole point was this Lotus Europa was going to replace this Lotus Elite Sport. Okay, that was the plan. However, instead now I've decided to work on the D24, and the D24 is going to be probably a key car in this. If you have this car, or if you have 2 of these cars, keep them if you want to be competitive in this event, because he's going to be key for the test bowls and the drags. They're going to be the creme de la creme, and at 16 RQ you can comfortably get 2 of them in without any problems, possibly 3 if you wanted to put all 3 in your Lancer spots. On top of that, I think that this Lotus Eclat is also going to be a key car. Again, I've nearly maxed this one out. It's just got one more. I'm going to stick it in the chassis. I could potentially put it in the weight, but I'm not going to put it in the chassis, because this car, even now, as you can see, with a 6.40 to 60, 147 top speed, it could be useful in some drags, especially as a car if you're going to throw away, potentially lose, but lose by the least, lose gracefully, as I like to refer to it. So let's see, we'll wait the 18 seconds and I'll show you what the team will look like based on my garage. Now, for those of you who have some high-end Lotuses, I don't think they're going to help you too much. That 26, 25, 23, 22 even for Lotus Exige, Lotuses are going to cost too much, I think. If we do it here again, I'd love to bring in the Lotus 211, but I don't think it. I think the 26 RQ, for what it does, it's not the right track set. It's not guaranteed to win, depending on what it is. If it's a mile or test bar, I'm knackered. So I was originally going to put the Lotus Europa instead of the Lotus Elite Sport when I changed my deck around, and I was working on this because it had a better top speed. But I've actually come to the conclusion the Lotus Carlton is the best Lotus here for this event. Personal opinion, if you're going to take RQ into consideration as well, it's a bit top heavy in the RQ front. I thought that the Lancer Delta Evolution 2 was going to be a key car. I've now gone away from that, and it'll be the Lancer D24. This to me is a key car. If you could put 2 of these in, if I was you, I would. And then maybe save some points on the Lotus, depending on your gauge. But this is fusing, so for the sake of it now I'm going to put this Lotus Esprit in because it's got the same RQ, but just think of it as being the Lancer instead. Now with your requirements saying you need 3 Lancers and 2 Lotuses, my next Lotus was going to be the Eclat, which is kind of that go-to loose car if you need to. Now with the RQ coming towards the top end of being full, I decided if I go and fill up all the, because this will be cheap and easy enough to do, fill up this Lancer, upgrade it maximum. Yeah, I might even do it all in speed, to be honest with you. I don't know, I'll have to have a look at the car because I'm not really going to use it outside of this event. But if I max that out, it gives me 21 more RQ points, and with 21 RQ points remaining, I can still get the Integrale Evolution to him. Now if I had 2 of these Lancer D24s, I'd probably put that in instead, and with the other 5 RQ I'd come out and bring either a better Lotus here, throw in the for example maybe the Elan, or possibly one of these Lotus leases with 1.6s, or the Elan M100, something that could kind of be a little bit of everything if I needed to in the event. But not having that means I'm just not going to look at this any further. To me, this is the team. Once this Lancia D24 is finished fusing, I've got my 2 drag cars and my 2 test bowl cars. I've got some rain kind of requirement with the 4-wheel drive, that's about it. The Eclat is going to do a little bit of everything. It's kind of going to go somewhere, and this is going to be my feeder car. It's not actually an awful 6RQ car. Okay, it doesn't have the handling, but I can still stick it in a race to lose by 150 points, knowing that I can make that up potentially with these 3 cars, and the Eclat also not being the worst Lotus in the game. So this is the team I'm going to try. Now I won't be able to show you this until tomorrow or some stage, and obviously I won't have the D24 fully upgraded yet, but I will bring you an update video when we come towards the end of the Lambo and Vauxhall event, and I will show you how this has been working out for me. Again, if I've made any alterations or I found a different car seems to work, or see someone else using a car consistently that seems to work well, I will try to update you guys so you can do as well as you can in your brackets as well. So thank you very much for watching. Once again, I've been MyTyme. Take care everyone. If you've liked and enjoyed this video, please let me know with a thumbs up and click that like button. With that said, I'll see you all soon. Take care, have a good day.